When do you think it started, Fez?
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
Broadcasting live. It's the Ron and Fez Show. And I'm your announcer, Mikey D. And now, let's introduce your hosts. The guys who think Mike Tyson didn't have to get a tattoo on his face to psych out his next foe. A clown nose would have been fine. Here they are, Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, radio's comedy champions.
Ron!
Ron and Fez! Hey!
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. Action.
Let me tell you something.
No! Wait! I'm the one who says things.
I like the bun. I like the bun. I like the bun.
I see what you guys did.
I am not a retard. I am not a retard. How'd y'all like to suck my ass? I am not a retard.
Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk.
It is the Ron and Fez Show. You heard Mikey D talking about it, Fez. Even though he mentioned that Mike Tyson would have a foe, which, I don't know if that term's been used much after the 1700s.
I think opponent is just too wordy for him.
I can't believe the pictures of Mike in the paper with his new face tattoo.
His new cartoon face, as he's sporting this tattoo that he thinks is going to make him into a warrior. Apparently, it's inspired by some New Zealand warrior tribe.
Right. I got to tell you, I would be scared, but I'd be scared anyway with Mike Tyson.
I know. You're Mike Tyson. My gosh. Why do you need something scarier?
How nutty can he get? He literally is like Michael Jackson on steroids right now. That's our Mike Tyson. Those two are going like a Daytona 500 race, nose to nose on who's the wackiest person in America.
They really are trying to compete in the wacky Olympics.
So the fight's on, it's off, it's on, it's off, and now it's back on again?
Now it's back on. It's going to be Saturday on Showtime, and he's going to be fighting Clifford Etienne.
Now, here's the problem with those fights. They say it's 9 o'clock, and I turn it on at 9 o'clock, and I try to, make sure I'm going to be able to know when to peak there, and they don't actually come out until closer to 12.
No, and then there's always some sort of pissing match where someone's deciding, I'm not going to leave my locker room until then, and till this guy does that, and
Mike will send out the thing, no punching in the tattoo.
Now that thing's going to be sore when he's getting hit in it.
I'm always excited with a Mike Tyson fight, no matter what the hell happens. And this time, since it's free, that's all the better.
Yeah, now it's on Showtime. They're going to give you some Mike Tyson for free because usually the thing's a big bust. Unless he's biting someone's ear off.
Well, the last fight was kind of fun. You got to see what he looked like by the end of it. So it was exciting. Rory, what about you? You into the Mike Tyson fight?
I'm totally not interested at all.
And you're not going to watch?
No, I won't watch it because I think he's topped himself with everything. He's done every crazy thing, and, I don't think it's going to be important at all. There's going to be nothing good there.
You know what? Mike Tyson, and I will tell you this, the most charismatic sports person of the last 25 years, and I'm including Michael Jordan,
wow,
Tiger Woods, Mark McGuire, I don't care who, nobody makes you look like Tyson. It's like an accident happened next to you. You got to watch Mike Tyson.
You got to watch Mike Tyson have a press conference because anything can happen there, too.
Sure. Anytime that he leaves the house.
It's tick, tick, tick.
He could throw down. Hawk, what about you? Will you be watching this fight on Saturday night?
No way.
Why?
No
Why,
interest.
Hawk?
He's just a mental patient. I don't want to see a mental patient. If I see a homeless person on the street, I steer clear of them. I don't want to watch it.
All right, but what about if they were boxing? Two homeless people boxing.
Nice.
You'd stop and watch.
No, he just wins everything. He's just this big hulking beast.
He doesn't win everything. He lost the last fight.
Yeah, that was just one. He's just too unstable. I don't want to see anything about him. He just should be locked up, and no one should see him. No one should watch him. Is
this racism?
No, it's not because of his color. If he was white, I still wouldn't watch him. He's just a mental patient. He's just not all together. I never want to have to deal with that in life.
Wait a minute. I would just want to write this down. If he was white, I still wouldn't watch him.
Here's the odd thing. Everything Hawk says, I agree with, but that makes me want to watch him more, not less.
Actually, the fight with Lennox Lewis, the last one they had in Memphis, that, well, like you said, good fight. It went round for round, and we got to see Tyson get the hell beat out of him. But I'll tell you what, I was more disappointed that we didn't get something nutty going on.
Well, he did kind of start making out with him at the end and said he was a perfect gentleman. And it wasn't really a good fight. Tyson fought the first round and then just kind of gave up but stayed on his feet until he got carved up. 866-277-4969. Here you go. Tyson, are you into him or are you completely done? I can't imagine that Tyson would do anything that I wouldn't watch.
They're putting a nut on Showtime this weekend. How could you steer clear?
No, he's just a mental patient. He's just all erratic.
Yes, that's the best part.
No, it's just, I hate that train wreck type thing where...
That's just perfect for me.
I can't wait to see the tattoo in person.
No, he should be locked away and just
now,
no one...
I wonder if he's having more work done. I wonder if that was just the start, getting ready for this fight.
Well, why stop now?
If he's going to do the other side.
Cover the face. Just make sure that there's nothing left besides the illustrated man.
He's the Legion of Doom.
Here's the other thing, too, about Tyson is with that fresh tattoo, won't that just explode as soon as he starts getting hit?
That thing should pop open immediately. I mean, if he just had that done days ago, that thing should break right open.
Now, I saw an interview with the guy who gave him the tattoo, said Mike just stood there, didn't react to the pain at all. You and Rory, when you were on the meat of your arm, were in a lot of pain.
I couldn't take it. I was even in more pain 2 days after it.
And he's got it done this week. It's fresh.
Right. So they said that his trainers actually called ahead to the tattoo parlor and said, he's coming to your place. Do not give him this tattoo that he wants. Do not do it. Do not do it. Tyson got there, got belligerent with the tattoo artist, who finally gave in.
Now, isn't there even a rumor that this isn't a real tattoo?
There's rumor that it's a henna tattoo.
Now, what exactly is that? I'm not familiar.
That's where they use some sort of natural dyes and ink and just kind of draw the thing on.
Why didn't you get that tattoo?
I didn't know they had those. Yeah. I didn't know you could get a Buccaneer henna tattoo. I might have.
All right, 866-277-4969. Are you going to watch this fight or not? I don't see how you can't watch it if you're a sports fan at all. I don't see anybody in the last 25 years who's given us a better story every time he leaves his house than Mike Tyson. Forget Michael Jordan. Forget Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, Brett Favre. These guys, they're toddlers compared with the great Mike Tyson and his insanity.
Another thing, the unpredictable part about Mike Tyson now is you don't know this Clifford Etienne might be able to knock him off.
Well, there's no doubt about it that he's not the same fighter he was years ago. But unlike Michael Jordan, it's not boring to watch. It's painful, but it's not dull. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, pal.
Hey, I was just wondering if you guys saw that press conference that he held. I don't know if it was yesterday or what, but I saw it on ESPN. He had his little kid sitting up, kid couldn't have been more than 6 months old, sitting up at the podium with him, kept trying to grab the mic. And I had to change the channel because I got nervous. I could have sworn he was going to knock that kid out.
What he should have done is put a towel over his face and started swinging around out the window.
Nice.
And said, this is what I think. I'm like,
I don't care what he does. You can't turn away from a car wreck.
Yeah.
You got to watch him.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, you cannot turn away from this, particularly when it's free. I understand when people are going, why do I want to spend $49.95? But if you've got cable, and Mike Tyson fight is on, how can you not watch? Here's Bill. Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Bill, go ahead.
How you guys doing? Hey, this guy's a freak show. How can you not watch him? I mean, it's like a Jack in the Box. You don't know what's going to come out. I think Hulk and Roy are crazy. They're going to get some chocolate milk and watch Blue's Clues. How can they not watch that?
You know what? You came up with a good point. Neither one of these guys are sports fans. You know, Rory doesn't watch real sports, and Hulk doesn't watch any sports. Rory would watch it if Mike Tyson was riding a skateboard.
That would be cool.
I believe that. You brought up a great point. If they saw two homeless people fighting, they'd pay tokens to watch. It's crazy.
Exactly true. Let me tell you, they had that homeless boxing on the internet.
Right.
People were going out of their way to buy that stuff.
The best thing about Mike Tyson, too, is he's always live. The fights are always live, so you don't know what's going to happen. Me and Ronnie were actually sitting in the crowd at the MGM Grand when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. You don't know what's going to happen.
And then, all hell breaks loose. There were people running around the casino, knocking over tables. A riot took place. People are shooting and going crazy. Who else can pull that off in sports today? Every year people complain, this Super Bowl is too boring. You're never bored for that 3 minutes of a Tyson fight, but the strange thing is the 2 to 3 minutes before. There is so much tension. He's walking back and forth like a tiger. You don't know if he's going to go nuts. You don't know whether he brought a gun to the ring.
Yeah, he could slug a ref. He could slug a trainer, go after a fan. Anything could happen with this animal. It's like bringing Godzilla in to fight.
Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Bill.
Okay, in the Psycho Flameout, who will win the race? Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, or Dennis Rodman? Who's in the pool? Who burns out and croaks first?
Well, Rodman isn't even in the same place as these two guys because Rodman's not news anymore. Michael Jackson, still big news. Who doesn't care about Michael Jackson? Mike Tyson will always be big news still.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I would think Michael Jackson goes out first.
My guy goes out first. You mean kills himself first?
Yeah, does himself in first.
I got to give it to Tyson. I don't know if Michael Jackson's got the balls to pull the trigger.
I think he will go out in some sort of lady fashion. He'll gas himself. He'll pill himself, something.
Yeah, that's true. But I have the feeling that Mike Tyson sits around with a gun on his lap and sometimes starts licking it like it's a lollipop and forgets what he's doing there. But don't you have the feeling that when Tyson's watching TV, there's just a gun sitting on his lap?
Oh, yeah, there's a gun around at any moment's notice.
He doesn't like to be more than 3 feet away from a bullet. And one of them is going to just end up there. Either that or he's going to kill somebody else.
He got furious that Zorro One Millionaire shot out his TV. You could see something like that happening.
866-277-4969. Here's Annie. Annie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Annie.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
I am hoping that Mike Tyson just might be listening to your program because I peed in his front yard.
I don't know why I find that hot, but tell me what happened here. How did you end up crouching in Mike's front yard?
Well, he lives down the street from me. And... I ran into him when he beat that person up on the side of Mid-County Highway.
Right, the old person?
I got to see that one, and then all the coverage started and everything, and one night I got really wasted and just climbed the fence and popped a squat.
You know what? I hope you get so angry at me that you come over and pee on my yard. I wish all the women would. I wish they would be so mad at me that they would line up.
That'll show
I would love to pee in your yard.
Thank you. You know what? I'm going to put you on hold. Rory's going to invite you in one night, and we'll get into it.
I asked you guys last time if I could come in.
Yeah, hold on. Rory's going to finally take care of it. Rory, I don't want people asking me 19 times.
Okay.
One time, then the answer is yes.
All right, it's that easy.
Definitely.
Put some papers down and have her in.
Fezzy, do we really want Rory here? I really want you to decide. Because in the big and thick of it, Rory's your guy.
Then I'll say yes.
Because to me, I would literally say, if Rory left here tonight, who was that again?
That was Rory.
That's the impact he's had on me in my life. Here is Pax. Pax, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Pax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wondered if you saw the press conference today. Tyson had his kid out there.
No, I missed it.
Yeah, he's kind of a funny-looking little kid, kind of chubby, and just thought it looked kind of weird to have his kid up there with him today.
Every kid is kind of a little bit afraid of their dad, when they're at that age, because they've seen their dad do something crazy. Could you imagine if tattoo-faced Mike Tyson was your dad?
That's the face that's kissing you goodnight every night.
I don't even understand it. I don't understand the fear that must go through your mind when you're just laying in bed going, oh, my God, I can't piss off Tyson.
Yeah, I'm not
I gotta keep
scarier.
Tyson. Yeah.
Scary to be Michael Jackson's kid or to be Mike Tyson's kid?
I'd rather have Michael Jackson in there touching me.
Michael Jackson, at least you know you get a little bit older. Yeah, 6 or 7, you could take him.
All right, thanks, Zach.
If he starts crap, you could snap a limb there.
Right. There you go. Give me. You think as soon as I'm 70 pounds, I'll take my dad down. But if you're Mike Tyson's kid, you forget to take out the trash and he chews off in the ear. You don't need that.
When are the kids going to start getting their tattoos?
Oh, I'm surprised. I bet he's had a couple of them up. I'm sure there's Chairman Mao's all over him and little baby Arthur Ashes.
What I like about Tyson is they said with this tribal tattoo that he got on his face, they say Michael really takes a lot of time and preparation and care into his tattoos. He really studies to make sure he's getting exactly what he wants, and he wants to make it unique. He reads a book, and he tattoos the author's face on him.
Right.
He read 2 books in prison. The author's faces are on him.
We're lucky he doesn't do it every time he sees a TV show. I'm surprised there's not a different Strokes tattoo on his back.
Regis is on there. Good thing he didn't read Fried Green Tomatoes in prison. Fanny Flagg's face would be tattooed on his back.
Now I'm starving. Do we get any fried green tomatoes around here? Here's Jackknife from Ron and Fez.
Yeah, on that news conference, he even said that his tattoo was only halfway done, so evidently he's going to get his whole face done.
Yeah, the whole face has got to get done, because it looks stupid now.
Now, I also heard just the opposite, that he may get rid of this tattoo after the fight.
All right, but how scarred is that going to be on his face?
That's going to be a mess. That's what makes me wonder about the henna rumors.
Yeah. He said himself that it's only halfway done.
Yeah, I think that was his handlers that says that he'll probably take him off.
Yeah.
Not Mike. And
But they didn't want it on to begin with.
He has different people handling him every single fight. He never keeps anybody more than 6 months now. Because he doesn't show up to fight. He doesn't show up to train.
This one, he kept missing the sparring sessions because he was having tattoo sessions.
Although, did you see the last pictures of him? I mean, he looked unbelievable. He's in phenomenal shape until the last couple of days. And they say part of his problem is that he stops taking his drugs. It's the same as Billy. It's like going through the same thing that we do in Billy. When he's on all of his drugs and everything's clicking, it's fine. When it's not, it's an effing nightmare.
Okay, so Tyson gets off the meds in order to get himself nuts for a fight.
Right.
All right. And then when he goes nuts, then he goes AWOL.
Yeah. All right, here's Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys, do you hear Home and Gardens trying to get a piece of the whole reality TV craze with a whole Mike Tyson reality show? Everybody's sick of watching Anna Nicole's fat ass. They're going to start watching Tyson petting lions and whatnot.
Okay.
It's 866-277-4969. Here's Toby. Toby, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey,
How's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I'm just trying to wonder what happens to Tyson after the boxing. If he makes it alive through his boxing career, does he end up being like the Rip Taylor character that shows up on all these game shows and stuff with a bag of confetti just running around? Is that what happens?
The weird thing about Tyson is I couldn't even picture him this old. I thought, when he was in his early 20s, he'd be dead by now. I can't ever see this guy being able to have any money to retire with because he's broke now and he's made over like $150 million in his career.
And never has a dime.
Always broke. This problem, the checks that he's getting for this fight is going right back out the door again.
Yeah, they have to. He's going to end up, you'll see him, if he lives long enough and gets out of the fight game, you'll see him in like one of those Gary Coleman security outfits, mall security outfits.
I'd like to see him with his own grill. I think he would do very, very well in the grill business.
A tattoo face selling home goods.
Maybe Tyson's Chicken, something that he should be able to pull out. I don't think it should be that hard. Now, when's the last time, did he ever even have any commercials early in his career? Because literally, when you look at, he was the big famous,
right?
Heavyweight champion for many years. He would have probably added an extra $200 million. He's caused himself.
He should have had the endorsements. I can't think of anything he ever sold, though.
I think he might have had something very early on, like when he was still 19. But no big company wants to be tied in with that.
Yeah, didn't he do? Maybe he did like Pepsi early on, something like that. I'm trying to remember.
All right, Billy, why don't you check that for us?
All right, Mike Tyson commercial endorsements.
Here's 866-277-4969. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, go ahead.
Hey,
Listen, my whole thing about Tyson is that I got a hard time listening to him or even watching him. He's just ruining the sport of boxing. I mean, the guy, you're trying to add legitimacy to the whole thing, and I don't know. I'm wondering, like, with Ali and people that really came up in the sport.
All right, Rob, you got to remember, when Ali was out there, they said he ruined the sport of boxing. They have been talking about the sport of boxing being ruined since John L. Sullivan. This thing has always been in the toilet. It's always been in the gutter. It's always been the worst possible people end up doing this for a living. It's never been this really together sport.
And they couldn't wait till Tyson got, was out of prison and back in the ring again.
Who else is there to watch? They're dull. When you watch him fight and Tyson's not in it, it's boring.
Because all we have left is Lennox Lewis. If you're looking at the big names heavyweights,
yeah,
you got Lennox Lewis. Who else do you have?
And he's dull. He's dull as hell. Lennox Lewis is never exciting to watch. He's never exciting to pay attention to.
He's never been flashy. He's got no rap whatsoever.
Yeah. And, they're competing against wrestling. And with Tyson, it's like a swerve. It's like the bad wrestler turns even worse. That's never happened yet in wrestling. You've never get the bad guy actually turn badder. And we've seen Tyson do that. When you think he can't get any nuttier, he either rapes somebody, he beats up the elderly.
Someone gets an ear or an ankle bit. It's the best.
He's literally driven into anything that he can possibly drive into. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Hey, I think Coleco had a game out with Tyson, and I remember after the game came out, Tyson sued Coleco because you can beat Tyson on the game.
Right. I think I remember that.
Mike Tyson's knockout or something like that.
Yeah, Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, I think Fez just mentioned it, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on Nintendo.
Oh, Punch-Out. Yeah, and they had the game out. It was actually in the arcades. But did he ever get a chance to stand there and go, I'm Mike Tyson for American Express?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember any commercials.
I can't imagine that.
Featuring him.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
It's a Mike Tyson's Eat Here or I'll Kill You.
I can't imagine holding up a can of Chunky soup, anything like that.
It would be great. I would actually think I would get behind it.
It reminds me of which Rocky was it when he started trying to do the commercials and they had him in the caveman outfit?
Yeah.
And he just couldn't pull it off.
Here is Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
He did a commercial like really early on in his career when he was married with Robin Givens, and they did it together. But it was like for a soda, but I can't remember which one. But it was like
I don't remember that. You're thinking it might have been Pepsi, though, huh, Fez?
I think Mike Tyson might have done a Pepsi commercial.
It was with his wife. Like they were like in the house, and he had just gotten out of the shower, and she did all the talking. He was like right at the end of the commercial. He just goes like his only line was like, "Yes, dear." And that was it. That was the end of the commercial.
Yes, dear.
They only give him one line.
All right, thanks, man.
Well, if anyone deserved to get hit.
Yeah, believe me.
He married the right woman there.
Everyone knew that was coming. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how y'all doing?
We're doing okay, buddy.
Yeah, I was just calling. You guys were comparing Tyson to the wrestlers. The difference is the wrestlers, they're just faking it. They go home and pop a beer and, sit in front of the TV and they're like the rest of us. But Tyson goes home, he's still crazy.
First of all, don't kid yourself about the wrestlers. We know enough of them that they go home and they're still crazy. See if Big Papa Pump is in the same situation as Mike Tyson. The wrestlers got that.
If you hear him.
Did you remember when Tyson did the WWE a couple years ago? Was in the ring?
WrestleMania.
That was fantastic.
And he was the special guest referee outside the ring and then knocked out Shawn Michaels.
And then the funny thing there is that he was acting, and he was Tyson kept going, like he was evil. And you're like, Mike, you don't have to act evil. You all already are. Don't think I got to do a vampire laugh here.
You're not playing a character. You're just being yourself, big man.
Right. And he would keep going, everything. He was so nuts. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, just had a quick comment about Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He's so nutty, I say ship him to Iraq.
The problem is if we shipped him to Iraq, he'd turn on us because he never does what the people backing him want him to do. And he's like that bad pit bull that bites its own owner.
You would have to tell him to do the opposite of everything.
Right.
Go over there and hug the Iraqi people. Then he would shoot them.
And, you know, if his handlers had any sense, they would have taken him to get a tattoo on his face and let him swing and get out of there. Instead, they said, no, don't. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy.
Hey, Ron and Fez, welcome to D.C.
It's great to be here. We're having a great time.
Thanks, man.
Great. I got an early commercial with Mike Tyson. Late to mid-'80s, he did a commercial for a bank.
Really? What bank?
I'm not sure. I think it might have been Nations Bank or something like that.
So this was before any of his real problems, when he was still like 19, 20.
Yeah, this was really young Tyson.
Was it Rapist Bank?
I don't know.
It was a sperm bank.
Oh, that's what
it was. One of those sit-down testimonial commercials.
And he actually looked into the camera and said, I'm going to F you till you love me.
Yes, that's where that came from.
All right, thanks.
All right.
I think we have that commercial, Fizz, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we have a short clip of that.
I'll you till you love me.
Nice.
Do we have the whole commercial, Rory?
We got it? Okay, let's hear it.
You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I'll eat your ass alive, you bitch. How anybody in here can with this man, man. This is the ultimate, man. You hoe. Come and say in my face, you for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You're scared coward. You not man enough to with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white scared of the real man. I'll you till you love me.
Nice. That makes me want to bank there.
You know, here's the thing. Remember later, after that fight, he goes, yeah, that was just pre-fight hype. Listen to Mike in that, and he's shrieking nuts.
He's just nuts, and he's calling men hoes. He really has some sort of sexual identity crisis going on.
And the whole thing's, I'll eat your A.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'd rather you punch me.
If he wasn't screaming, it would be sexy talk.
Right. Here's Ray. Ray, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, boys. How you doing? Listen, I can understand why Hawk won't watch the fight. He's a candy ass. But Rory, that confuses the heck out of me. I mean, isn't he the one that beats women?
All right, we'll check with Rory on this. Rory, why aren't you watching the fight? We don't understand it.
You don't understand why you won't watch it.
You're like a White Tyson.
Yeah, I just think that,
White
you know...
Tyson.
I think his whole thing is just a whole act, and he's just trying to get people to watch him. And
he's not that good of a performer. He's insane.
I just don't think he's going to do anything that's that crazy. He's probably going to just knock this guy out real quick, and it's going to be not even worth watching.
I'm going to watch just to see the tattoo.
Let me tell you, if you get a chance to see anyone get knocked out, watch it. It's always exciting to see somebody get knocked out.
But he pisses me off so much because he's just not that... I mean, I don't think he's that great. And I don't think he's entertaining at all.
He's both. You know what? He's not actually been a good fighter in like 10 years.
No, he really hasn't been good since the comeback from prison.
But in his prime, I don't know if anybody could have beat him in their prime.
Right.
And I'm talking Joe Louis. I'm talking Cassius Clay. I can't picture anybody beating that 20-year-old Mike Tyson.
He was a machine when he was out there knocking out, like the Michael Spinkses.
Because D'Amato was still alive.
Right, yeah.
And the other thing is he's not even like a boxer. He doesn't fight fair. I mean, if I'm going to watch boxing, I want to see a good boxing match where two guys...
What's the last good boxing match you watched? You don't watch boxing. This is cliches you throw out there. You watch skateboarding and surfing. So when people say that, I always... Give me a specific fight that was this scientific fight that the rest of us are listening.
I don't remember exactly the fight, but I remember I saw a Holyfield fight that I thought was really good. I don't remember when it was, a couple of years ago. I don't remember exactly which.
So Holyfield is your favorite boxer ever?
I don't really have a favorite boxer since I'm not a big boxing fan.
What if they were on skateboards? Would you like them then?
Tell us about the sweet science, Bird Sugar.
Bird Sugar, is he still alive?
Yeah.
He'll be there. Smoking a $2 cigar.
In his plaid pants.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, I was in the Army back in 1980 over in Japan. Tyson was doing beer commercials over there.
Yeah, a lot of celebs will do Japanese commercials. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio does Japanese commercials.
So does everybody in Japan understand English? Is that the dealio? That's their gimmick?
No, well, he didn't actually say anything in the commercial. They just started working out on a heavy bag. There'd be somebody else's voice, but there'd be a little bit of English.
Mike Tyson. Drink this beer, you go crazy like Mike Tyson.
He never gets a line.
Look at crazy black man. He like a beer.
Super fun time nutty hour. Style Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson selling your beer.
That's what you want. If you drink our beer, this is what you turn into.
We'll go out and get Tyson face tonight. We'll be so nuts.
You come home with a tattoo on your mug. 866-277-4969.
It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Washington